Hey guys, how's it going? English here. I found this game called A Monster Inside. It's like a playthrough storybook, I'm guessing. What it seems like. It's 7 chapters it consists of. And it seems quite good, quite dark, quite dingy. So I thought we'd start. But without further ado, let's just get into it. This is me, I believe. My head pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I've had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. And this is my office. Nice and cosy. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Vanetti's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much and were trying to drown me in paperwork. It was a slow month, weeks since I had any real case to work on, so I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bedsheet. I don't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see, afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. So I'm guessing I must be the monster then. I don't know why that's covered, the only thing I can think of is Medusa, but I doubt I'm Medusa. The girl came in so quiet, I nearly choked on my cigarette.
Mister, please, you've got to help me, mister.
Please excuse my girl voice. Okay, so we get a couple of choices. Let's act. Do we want to go cocky, nice, or middle? Middle. Yeah? What can I help you with?
Please, no one else will listen to me.
Go on. She eyed me with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a handful of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Always does, doesn't it? Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspapers, the infamous banker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philandering bastard, but Miss Girl seemed generally concerned that he had recently gone missing. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago.
You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him and no one believes me. He's got to be in trouble.
I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger?
Well, mister,
No? Jack. You can just call me Jack.
Jack, whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would have never left without me. He promised me.
Well, he seems a bit of an ass, you know. Men promising girls things which they can't live up to. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Yeah, thought so.
Please, the cops won't listen to me and they want to bring him in on charges. You got to prove it wasn't him before we find him.
Honestly, I doubt we're in too much of a hurry.
Farnsworth.
Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets, probably why they hadn't found much yet. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. Yeah, there's a few stories in history like that. Which one do I want to do? Say it just piqued my curiosity. You've got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you, but please, be careful. I don't think this was just any murder or kidnapper. I think it was a beast.
Ooh, nice. Beast. The word struck me funny, like when you jar your elbow in a hard corner. Okay. Not a word many use these days, except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, alright. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years, back when I was still a cop, myself. I think like most PIs, like, in these sort of scenarios, always used to be cops, didn't they? It's just like, they think what happens. Top one's a bit Let's go middle again. If you have a feeling on the test, just go middle, it always helps. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now.
Huh? And you seem like the kind of man who's good at solving mysteries.
Sure. Can you see how busy I am with all these cases? I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. Something's gonna happen to Lily, innit? I didn't know if she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. That night I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops had missed. Alright, chapter 2, down in Central Park. I thought this was going to be like, I reckon it's all like a downtown New York thing. I don't know. Yeah, let's carry on. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding the things others overlook. A knack, more of a symptom of a condition. Other, less useful symptoms I kept in check. But for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. He's a monster in it, you know. All monsters have a good smell to sniff people out. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Seduction. Oh, see it. Nice. A strangely familiar smell. I expected the scent of trepidation, or maybe even outright fear, but Mrs. Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left this world. Dirty cow. Brought new meaning to a crime of passion. Winky face, you know what I mean? Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Investigate. Okay, so we do get to click on stuff eventually. Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. But cops don't wear $2,000 pairs of Caquinos. It looked like Mr. Farnsworth was there that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. I like how we picked that out, but yet I don't know if the cops did. I don't know if we'll find out or not. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't just any burn mark. This was the mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural was at play here. Okay, so it seems like maybe there's some sort of, I don't know, supernatural being or something. Could get interesting, I reckon. But I was no stranger to the strange, because you're a monster. After looking around for a while, I realised the park had given up all it was hiding from me, so I trudged back to my apartment and my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. Alright, chapter 3. All this reading's like killing my throat. The next morning I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside. Seemingly afraid of what I might say, she finally worked up the courage to ask.
So what did you find?
I've got some good news. I'm not sure about these. Bottom one seems a bit weird. Gonna go middle again. Middle never fails. Not sure about base. There's something unnatural was at play.
Unnatural? How do you mean?
Right, do we tell it's a spell mark or... Nah, I don't think she'll believe us. Let's go to bottom one. I can't give you the details, but I'm looking into it.
What does that mean? What about Reggie? Do you know where he might be?
Found his footprints. There were signs he was at the scene. Top one. Found his footprints. He might have got home safe. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. Glad you need to stop reading, my man.
But you don't know where he went. Do you think the news this morning is related?
What news is that?
Haven't you heard?
Nope. Rough night followed by a rough morning, if you know what I mean.
They found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night.
Let me guess, Chief Amato was missing too? My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicions, but it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief. So all these people in power going missing, so I wonder what it is. He was half the reason I left the force, but now his wife was dead, and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain at my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. That night, after the cops had cleared out the docks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Mrs. Amato's untimely demise. Chapter 4, I think we're on now. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil and seduction. Could it be? That smell again, like someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as perfume. It hit me like a long forgotten memory, but the sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. What? Tell us. I looked down at my hands shaking, the nightmares, the headaches. No, I was better now. Reformed. I don't... Has he been doing it unconsciously? Like, if he's taking all these pills and drink, could he be like blanking out and doing it? Let's find out. I had to focus, not jump into conclusions, follow the evidence. Investigate the scene. Red Phoenix cigarettes, same shitty brand I smoke every day. Everyone's got their vice. He points more towards him doing it. Investigate the scene. There. There, just there, the smallest piece of purple fabric, torn and caught in the splinter of a board. The police report didn't say anything about Mrs. Amato wearing purple, and it was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple frames. How did he get the police report if we didn't go? I swear we did, but never mind. I pulled out my own pack of reds and lit up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. Chapter 5, I think. I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire next day? A newspaper was sitting under the door. As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up the paper, I could already read the headline. Breaking, mayor missing, wife found dead. Another person high in power gone missing. And he blacked out the whole day. Yep, I can see where this is going. 2 cases is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. The cops would come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days worth of inhibitor pills. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side. Lily's always here, isn't she?
Jack, where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day.
And blah blah. I've just been busy. I'm off to Mrs. Vanetti's crime scene.
Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe.
Need to talk? What has she done? Or seen? She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay, but it would be a lie. Chapter 6. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Mayor Vanetti and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. Investigate. Car. Vanetti's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't he have left in his car? It didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high. My bet was edging towards the unthinkable. Oh, just there. Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. No one ever does, my friend. No one ever does. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags usually mean someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot. Shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes. I knew Mayor Vanetti was crooked, but this was unbelievable. And there was more. Letters between Mayor Vanetti and the chief of Matto. Oh? Talking about me? How they were trying to get me shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one. That further puts more towards that. I think it's him. Maybe he knew already that they was going to try and shut him down, and he's taken care of the business. We'll find out. As I searched around for anything that might assuage my fears, I caught the scent again. It overwhelmed my other senses with undulating pleasure. It was intoxicating. A weapon used on the weak world, a weapon I knew all too well, though it had been many years since I used it. Was there another like me? Was I being framed? Oh, I never thought he could be framed. What if he was? Interesting. It wasn't possible, was it? I was taking my inhibitors, I was reformed, but the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses. I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back out of the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch though. My watch. Oh, okay, maybe I was wrong, maybe he's not being framed. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. Final chapter now. I wonder what's going to happen here. I wonder if Lily's going to be back and maybe we'll do something to her. Interesting. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops will probably show up any minute to knock the door down and cart me away. They would put it together before long. Maybe it would be best for everyone if I simply faced my own reflection. Why doesn't he see his own reflection? What is it? But Lily was still there, waiting for me.
Jack, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
My own ghost, come back to haunt me from the past.
You're not making any sense, Jack. Come, sit down.
You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good last look at her as I prepared to shove her out the door. I noticed she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. Oh damn. Oh damn. This just took a twist. Odd that I hadn't really noticed before, but it made her seem out of place. Out of time. Oh, she'd been summoned from the past or something. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you! You had a monster! Succubus! Oh. How interesting. Okay, I wasn't seeing that happening at all.
Oh, Jack, we are one and the same, you and I. We are both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as a reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true natures as you have, incubus.
Oh, okay, I like it. Those men were probably too dead. Brez's men were probably dead too now, I figured. She probably took them to her lair and harvested their seed. So you've done all this just to wake me up?
You could say that, though it seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believed you were still capable of such horrors, which means, deep down, you are. You can't escape it. Now, I need you to complete the deed.
Oh, the deed, eh? Dirty cow. You took my watch. You messed with my head.
Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favour. Those men hated you and wanted you gone. And now, they are gone.
I mustered the strength to stand again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak, compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I've never met a succubus who seduces and kills women.
Oh, please, such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to pleasures of the flesh. But I do still need an incubus like yourself to take the tainted seed I've harvested from those awful men and plant it along the fertile masses for me.
Create more of me? I think that's a good idea.
I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family.
Oh, it wasn't very scary, was it?
That maniacal laughter.
More of, a bit of a mick take, I guess.
I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking my direction.
Sorry, but I'm not your guy.
With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the hot bedsheet off of the corner mirror. Lily was blinded by her own reflection and sucked into the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream. Trapped. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk side drawer, aimed it at the mirror, and fired.
Oh, is that it? Oh, okay. So it was to do with succubus and incubus. I mean, go away. I didn't see any of that coming. I don't know if anyone else did, but yeah. I like that. I thought it was really good. Anyway, it was something different, so thank you guys for watching, and until next time, it's your boy English, and peace.